How cool is this? Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where I have been hard at work, as you can tell, finishing up this room. Where we left off last time, it was basically a tiny little room, not even this wide, and it only went down to right about back here, but I said I was going to stay down here and fight more skeletons, and I did. In fact, that's how I spent a large portion of my evening last night. However, while down here fighting these skeletons, and by the way, we have a lot of bones and we have a lot of arrows now, and I've been trying to keep them sorted. Every so often I lose track of what I'm doing, but as you can see here, we've nearly filled up a double chest with just arrows and bones. It's so exciting. I'm loving it. I'm positive now that if these don't spawn more quickly, they must be spawning at higher numbers, because I've killed so many of them, and even though I've not been using the looting sword, I absolutely could. It takes a couple more swings to get them all knocked out, but we do get more loot from them. I, again, do need to get loot on the other sword as well. But just, I mean, I've just been fighting them with the smite sword, and then walking around and doing that. Let me give you a quick tour before we get to what we're doing here today. So basically, this is the hallway where we get here. Now, some of you may remember this hallway used to go right about to here, and then we had to slip in to this little crack, and we would crawl up here, and I had like a chest and things here, and then we would hop down these stairs to where we would actually kill the skeletons. But now, I've just connected it up to this main hallway here, and unfortunately, the hallway did not center up perfectly on the skeleton spawner, but I said, you know what, that's fine. We'll divide the room down the middle with the spawner, or I guess, I mean, yeah, it does, actually, I think, yeah, it does line up perfectly with the spawner itself, coincidentally enough. How convenient is that? But it does not line up with where they drop down the chute. So I said, that's fine, we'll divide the room, we'll have the chute on this side, and we're gonna have a disenchanting grindstone and anvil right here. And then this back here is for us to actually add another enchanting table and a full accompaniment of bookcases, so that in the future what I can do is I can come down here, grind away, and then immediately go over here, do an enchanting book, either disenchant it if we don't like it, or maybe store it away. I didn't think about storage. I'll need to figure that out. There's not really a whole lot of room left in this room for expansion, room in the room, if you will. But what we can do is we can come back into the hallway here, and we can have just shelves and shelves, or I guess chests and chests, full of enchanting books and spare anvils, which I did realize finally do go in the bundle. They're stackable. So I've just got one in the bundle ready to go. I didn't get that far with it, though. I did eventually have to go to bed after spending a few hours at this, but I switched over in the Soulfires. What did I do? Did I leave it upstairs? I did do an inventory run before starting this, to kind of, because I had a bunch of extra stuff in my... Oh, no, it's right here. Yeah, here we go. I switched to Soul Sand because we had more of it, and as you can see, I tucked it away up there. And yeah, we do have, temporarily for right now, I went ahead and turned back on the shaders, just because that's how I built all of this, and I like the way it looks. I like the way you get the reflection. Oh yeah, you can see this portion here has been converted to the tinted glass, and you can see the reflection of the fires off of the tinted glass. That looks so cool up there. Sort of shimmering up. Oh man, it's so cool. I love this place. This place is great. I love being down here. It's a great atmosphere. It's a little bit creepy to be up, you know, close to midnight, tinkering away, working on your building, listening to like an old Red Letter Media video, and you look down that spooky, shadowy, misty hallway, and for a split second you have that thought of, what if? But nothing's been down there, everything's been fine, I've not heard any strange sounds, nothing of note or concerning. It looked like it dropped its bow and arrow, it didn't. I've not really gotten any interesting loot from these guys aside from bones and arrows. They've not dropped any of their gear or anything of the like, which is unfortunate. But we are done here now, we're not spending too much time down here, because I've kind of made a decision, right? We can keep at this for days, weeks, months, we can wait till the last day of the month. But eventually, we have to go fight the End Dragon. And I figured, you know what? What if we just went and fought the End Dragon tomorrow? That would still leave us with something to do before the end of the month, because we have to go out to the End Cities and find an Elytra. That's important. That's something we've got to do. Although I don't think I'll be taking my bestest armor on that adventure. I haven't decided yet. I've not made up my mind about whether or not I'm going to risk exploring the End Cities. Because the only thing out there that can hurt us, at least in approach to the end cities are Endermen, and as long as we don't look at them, that's not a problem, right? We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to risk that, so we'll be fine. Have I ever showed you folks what's at the end of this hallway? I don't know if we've ever actually walked down there. It's the other giant open chamber, but I don't think we've ever gone down there. It just occurred to me that I should probably show that to you folks. Yeah, I'm not worried about Enderman killing us. I'm worried about accidentally falling. I know that there are shulker boxes in the end cities, and that's something to be concerned about. Check this out. Here we are. This is what's at the end of the hallway. You might remember exploring this a few episodes ago, a few days ago, if you will. And what a fun and enjoyable experience that was. But, like I was saying, I just don't know if I want to take my Bestus armor that we spent hours at this point getting fully prepared just to have it accidentally fall into the void because I'm reckless with shulkers. I gotta look up whether or not you can block a shulker attack and whether or not if you do, you still end up getting carried up into the air. I know that you can breed shulkers. Once again, saw that in a YouTube short. Apparently you need them to shoot each other, which brings into question what exactly they're shooting at you if when it collides with one another it creates another one. But I need shulker boxes. It's convenient portable storage. I don't think in any series I've ever made I've had a shulker box. I've had things like them. You know, you play modded Minecraft, you get backpacks and pouches and things that are more useful than bundles that, you know, the modders aren't scared of putting in the game, unlike Mojang. But I've never had a shulker box. I don't think. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hopeful that that was just the guy that lives upstairs and not another one of these things coming through the portal. I think I've realized a concern, which is that if something spawns in the portal, which is what I think's happening, I don't think the Endermen, or the Pigmen rather, actually walk through the portal because they can't get into the little room on the other side. I think they must just spawn at the portal. So if they spawn here and then they can't get out through the gate, do they go back through the portal and are they waiting for me when I come through here? Are there piglins here? Thankfully, no. There is really ridiculously slow FPS, as always happens when I transition here. Will that stay the case, though? I don't know. I have no idea. I could also replace, like, all of these different fence posts with just gates. That would be an option. Ridiculously slow FPS. It'll load back in. Don't worry. You just gotta be a little patient. Anyway, it's now a lovely rainy day outside, if you have a walk out here. I'm not sure the rain is working properly anymore, as you can probably tell. I think the rain mod is sort of having issues, possibly with the shaders, because it don't look quite right. They might be incompatible with one another, not in a way that breaks the game, but in a way that it's raining and you can barely tell. There we go. There's the rain. It's funny, when I turn off the shaders, my PC's power consumption goes from about 500 watts to 230. And that's right now where it's still reloading the chunks after turning the shaders off. So it's going to go down even lower after that. Well, like I said, we're going to do our final preparations now, which means it's time to make the last potion that I said I wanted to bring with us, because we've sort of just made the other ones, right? We made all the splash potions I said that I wanted, and we have potions of speed. The last one was the potion of slow falling, which is going to require that we have phantom membranes, which fortunately we do have, and we could get more of if we just waited up in the storms. And in fact, I think I've slept recently enough that I don't have any more. But there were several nights in a row I didn't sleep, and I just got 12 phantom membranes. We don't need that many, and in fact, I don't know why I'm bringing that many with me. I think we probably need just one to make 3 potions. Oh, good. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finished downloading. Those shouldn't be turned on. I thought I turned those off. Ah, there's the over 100 FPS. Yeah, in case you didn't know, decompressing games from Steam as you download them takes a lot of processing power, but I forgot that I'd pre-ordered the game and that it had come out, so I needed to go ahead and download it. Forgive me. We'll make 2 batches of the slow falling. I've made that decision right now, completely arbitrarily, but the thing is, there's nothing else to use these for, so why not go ahead and use them on the potions? And also, we're all out of bottles, and we're running out of room in the 1 container I have for this. I can understand why potions don't stack, because it would be horrifically broken, but it's also sort of irritating, isn't it? Let's be honest. Alright, the first ingredient is we gotta make them into awkward potions, and I did harvest some nether wart before starting this video, and it was still in my inventory. For some reason, I thought I had put it away. I had not. I am a fool! Silly, silly fool. So, the first iteration of this only works for 1:30. Adding the redstone is going to boost it to a whopping 4 minutes, which is still not great, but hopefully enough time to defeat the dragon. At least, hopefully. Bit of phantom membrane, get that started. Membrane, even. Do I have another bow and arrow? I do, but do I have one that's not next to Annihilation? I want to get a fresh one if I can, or at least one that's... So you can't actually put the crossbow in there, can you? I don't really want to bring the crossbow with me, even though I don't think that loading it takes as long, or I don't think it takes longer to load a crossbow than it does to fully charge a regular bow and arrow. I've not checked. Don't quote me on it. But as far as I can tell, the only way to enchant that is using books, which seems silly to me. Why is that? That's our good bow. Power 3, Flame, Punch, Unbreaking, and Mending. But we're going to bring that one with us too, of course. My main concern about going to the end is dying an untimely death. I don't want to do that. I very much fear that. Yeah, okay, you know what? That's close to full, but it's not quite full still. But what happens if I just toss that in there, right? Power 4. You only have power 3. What I'm trying to do right now is I want to get infinity on at least one bow. So if we start to run low on arrows, we can switch over to that bow, even if it's a worse bow, or it might break very quickly. And we might have a fighting chance of, you know, making it by with whatever arrows we have remaining. Power 4 is crazy. Put it on there. And it didn't get any bonus enchants, and that's okay. I didn't need it to. We do have infinity in here, I believe. Oh, we have like a ton of power 4. What was I thinking? Infinity, there it is. And then I also questioned at one point whether or not we could get Unbreaking on there in addition to. Doesn't look like I've got one up here. Got a couple of blast protections up here that would be useful. Comment down below, are there any villagers that buy bones? What kind of a villager do I need for that? Is that a thing? Because I'm running out of my rotten flesh. I've not been back to the zombie spawner. And that has been my main sort of primary money cow this whole time. The reason I have so many emeralds is because every time I go down here, I have enough rotten flesh in my inventory to fill up the supply of this fella down here. And I'm at a point now where I've got some left. No need to panic yet, but this is going to be, you know, we're approaching the end of our money. I could just go back to the zombies, but I don't want to. So there we are. That's it. That's all the rotten flesh we can sell. We've got 16 left, but we can't do anything with it because he charges more than that. Who's got the one I'm looking for? What have you got? It's not you. It wouldn't be you. It's probably you. Yes, it is you. Unbreaking 3. Now that I'm looking at it, did I not have one of those? That feels so strange that I didn't. What are the odds we throw a book in here and get something useful for a bow and arrow? Not great. That's okay. We got power 4. We've got infinity. That'll cost 4. That'll cost 3. Let's check the calculator before we jump in and make a horrible mistake. Yeah, okay, apparently what we want to do is just put these on here one at a time, starting with infinity and then unbreaking. I was looking on here, though, and I noticed that Punch 2 exists, and I don't think it would help against the Ender Dragon necessarily. But it'd be nice to have. This bow has Punch 2. I think I've poo-pooed this bow, but this bow's pretty good. Also, power 5 is the maximum you can have, and we do have a power 4 up here. Somewhere, I know what's up here. We got like a number of them. I guess I was just... Wait, can I buy these from one of my villagers, or was I... Because I was just grabbing a bunch of books out of here. I was just basically coming down here and making enchanting books at one point. Is it worth it to get... Is it worth it to have power 5 and a bow that's going to break? Is the question. Ah, gosh, I wish that we could get some other useful books. I wish that we could get Punch or Flame, even though I don't think Flame either would have much of an effect on an Ender Dragon. We have 61 levels to work with here. Let's just get something like that, right? Something we can throw away. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab that and just have it. I think I can buy that from one of my villagers, but still. There's another infinity. We're gonna go ahead and just make that to, again, have it. Sharpness, density, power 1. That's one that we can scrap. Riptide 3 might be worth having. And quick charge, knockback, impaling. Okay. It's not looking good. Okay, disenchanted those books. Starting over again. Fire Aspect 2. Ooh, Fire Aspect 2. Throw that on there for sure. See, the problem is we probably would do better if we just stuck a bow in there. See how he immediately got infinity? Should we just have 2 infinity bows? We could. If you're wondering why I'm willing to waste all of my levels on this, it's because we might die in the end. And you can't take it with you when you're dead. I've not seen Flame come up on here until just now. I'm gonna stick Flame on this just other random bow. And now we just have we're just gonna have an assortment of bows, and we'll take whichever one makes the most sense to take with us. And there we go. Now we might get back up to 30 when I disenchant these other books. But it doesn't seem likely. In that case, this is what we've got. We've got a bow with power 4. We got a bow with flame, and I didn't even realize this one had gotten power 4. Well, in that case, let's make it a power 5 with unbreaking and infinity. And then we'll just hold on to this other bow. We'll leave it down here. We might enchant it further in the future. It's just a chest full of discarded nonsense. And lapis that shouldn't be in there. Lapis goes over here. Although I think I've got lapis in a bunch of places it shouldn't be. Okay, final inventory prep. Wait a minute, I forgot about that time we were making potions of slow falling. I think we still need to add... Yeah, I just put away the redstone. We gotta have the redstone. Silly me, silly me. What a silly, funny boy. Let's get water, in case we get, knocked about. I don't think we need to share anything. I don't think we need to catch anything on fire. I don't think we need this crossbow. I don't think we need this magenta bundle. We've already got the red one. We're going lean. We're going very lean. I don't need the feller, the netherite shovel, or the netherite sword. I just need Ludog smite and maybe the netherite pickaxe. Stack of torches, top up on my steak. Epic move here. Epic ender pearls, right? We're going to need more than that. We're going to need more than that. Here's what I'm thinking, right? If we get tossed off the world, we're going to need to be able to throw ender pearls up there and sort of teleport back onto the ground. That's my reasoning. That's my rationale. That's why I'm saying let's buy a bunch of these. Well, a stack is 16. That's 12. I don't. For some objects just won't stack past a certain point. And it's a bit silly and nonsensical. There's no reason you can't have 64 buckets. Who decided that? It's not a reasonable thing. I don't understand it. You can't use all 64. They won't fit in your inventory. Who cares? Let me do what I want to. Maybe I'm moving and I need to carry them all with me. Leave me be. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous limitations, and I'm not having it. We should probably keep a water bucket in our inventory. Torches we don't need in our inventory. These we do. Emeralds we shouldn't take with us, leaving those behind. For some reason, there's a stack of coal that I got no place I can put it. Go in here for now, I guess, in the refuse box. We are bringing scaffolding. I think scaffolding is going to be really helpful because I can build up and break the cages. Although I saw in yet another YouTube short, someone mentioned the fact that you can actually break the cages by... Well, not even break them, but you can shoot through them if you hit them at the right angle, which... we could do. There's also a trick you can do with beds, but it seems guaranteed to blow me up, so I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to risk it. It's not worth it for me. I don't even know if we need arrows from downstairs, because we've got so many arrows up here, and I'm taking them all. I'm taking all of these arrows. Okay, I'm going to keep this one down here so I can keep an eye on them. Arrows of poison. Do arrows of poison work on... I meant to look this up earlier. Arrows of poison, Ender Dragon, are tipped arrows useful against the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon is immune to all potion effects, so arrows of poison are harming. With boy, do any increased damage. What? I guess that means do not. These should be done cooking, so we'll take these with us. And we'll probably take one as soon as we arrive. Do we take all of them, though, is the question. That's the thing I'm still not sure about. Because we could. I'm bringing these as just like an emergency food stuff. I don't think we'll end up using them very often. And then we need to have the... Which one of these do we reckon we start with? Infinity. We're gonna... Well, no, we have so many arrows. No, we'll start with the infinity bow. If we get back before it breaks, we can probably repair it at least a few times before eventually it's too expensive to repair. I can't think of anything else I might need. Oh, I need empty slow potion bottles to collect dragon's breath or some nonsense. See, I've done my research here, folks. I've done my research. I know that dragon's breath is used for lingering potions. Apparently, they're not great, and people aren't really convinced of their usefulness. But it's useful for clearing up the dragon's breath. Should I just make as many of them as I can? Is that what I should do? Yeah, we'll just bring 42 of them. Like, my inventory's going to fill up real quick with dragon's breath, but... That goes in there, that goes right there, that goes right there. And here's my inventory. Here's what we got. We got Ludog's Smite. We got our netherite pickaxe. We got our bow. We got our other bow. We got ender pearls in case of emergency situation. Flap back on the island. Nice and safe and sound. We got arrows, scaffolding, water bucket, stake, bunch of glass bottles. We've got potions of slow falling. We also need potions of instant health. That would also be useful, I think. Where are those at? In here? Again, we might not actually need them. I'm only going to bring... So these are splash potions. In an emergency, just toss them up in the air, be good to go. I don't have any building materials. We probably should bring building materials with us. Stack of cobblestone ought to do it. I know I do have scaffolding, but cobblestone, we can build a nice, firm structure that we can hide under in the event that we are attacked by Endermen, which we're going to try to avoid by just not making eye contact with them. I need a potion of swiftness. Probably give me one potion of swiftness and a potion of speed 2, please, for the journey there. I think this is everything we need. I think we've got everything we need right here. I think we're ready. I don't think any more prep is going to help us at all. I don't think overthinking it any is going to help us at all. I think at this point, it's now or never. Genuinely, I can't imagine there's going to be anything gained by us standing around and overthinking it any further. I've overthought it so much up until this point. You know, we're down to 15 levels, so if we die, in terms of levels, not too much lost. However, we do have all of our armor right now on. This is the wrong portal. That was the whole reason I brought the potion of swiftness is because I got to run down the long haul. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I just wanted to go to the village. Maybe I wanted to go visit the estates, tell everyone goodbye and that I loved them. Hey, everyone. Goodbye, I love you. Pass that along if you wouldn't mind. Right. I haven't been down here in a while. I mean, it's not been that... It's been, like... Actually, have I been down here in maybe, like, a week? It's been several days. We spent a lot of time at home digging tunnels there and building all kinds of... Not mega structures, but also not, like, minor structures either. Things that I'm quite proud of. All right. There we go. Speed 2. We're going to use this to get there quickly, and then I've got regular speed for the journey back. We have a bed over here where we're going to set our spawn, so if we die, we can get back into the end more quickly, and hopefully get our stuff back, unless, of course, we are knocked off the island, in which case we've got to be quick on clicking this button and tossing an end pearl. Got to be quick on that. Am I going to be quick on that? I don't know. I'm training my thumb right now. Switching to end pearls. Let's go. Okay. And you know what? With the infinity bow, I really don't think that I need to have the arrows in my inventory. Like on the hotbar. Just to like keep an eye on them. I think we're going to be okay. Okay, so first things first, before I forget, respawn point set. We're going to drop off this empty bottle. Have no use for it. We will move the arrows up here. I'm going to leave this potion here. It's for getting back home after the job is completed more quickly, so we don't need to bring it with us. And... I mean, really bringing the melons is a bit of a joke. We don't need them. All right. This is how we're looking. This is the inventory of a champion right here. Inventory of a champion. Now, of course, we do need to get out the Ender Pearls, or the Eyes of Ender, and activate yon portal. Okay. We go in next time. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.